They say you start aging through your legs. And as strange as that might sound, it's a truth many people don't want to face. These words come from Frank Suarez, a respected Puerto Rican expert in natural health, and they carry a warning, one that becomes impossible to ignore once you reach your 50s. Think about it. Have you noticed it takes more effort to stand up from a chair? Or maybe climbing stairs feels heavier, or stretching for something on the top shelf isn't as easy as it used to be? You might chalk it up to getting older, but in many cases, it's actually something far more serious, and it can start quietly in your 40s. What you're feeling could be an early sign of sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass as we age. And here's the scary part, it doesn't make a sound. There's no pain. No flashing red light telling you it's happening. But according to Spain's Carlos III Health Institute, about 27% of adults over 65 are already living with significant muscle loss. And this isn't just about feeling a little weaker. Sarcopenia increases your risk of falls, slows down your recovery from illness, and slowly chips away at your independence. By the time you realize you can't stand up without help, your body has already gone through a major change. But here's the good news, your diet can play a huge role in protecting your strength. And today, we're diving into 4 powerful foods that scientists in Europe and Spain are studying for their ability to naturally support muscle health as we age. They're not magic pills, and they don't replace medical care, but they can be a strong first step toward keeping you steady, mobile, and independent for years to come. Before we get started, a quick thank you to the late Frank Suarez for inspiring this message and dedicating his life to health education. And if you're serious about staying strong as you get older, here's a little favor I'd like to ask: go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and choose all so you never miss future videos. Give this video a like, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and your age, and share this with friends and family. You never know, you might help someone you love stay healthy longer. Alright, let's start with the first muscle-supporting powerhouse, beef liver. I know, some people wrinkle their noses at the thought. The strong aroma, the rich flavor, it's one of those old-school foods many of us grew up avoiding. But for anyone over 50, it's time to rethink that. Beneath that humble look is one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. Just 100 grams of cooked beef liver gives you over 20 grams of complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow. And here's where it gets really impressive, that same serving gives you nearly 1000% of your daily vitamin B12, over 500% of your vitamin A, plus iron, zinc, copper, and choline, a nutrient that helps your nervous system communicate with your muscles. One of beef liver's secret weapons is its high leucine content. Leucine acts like a biological switch that tells your body to build muscle. It triggers what's called the mTOR pathway, basically your body's way of turning protein into usable muscle tissue. And that's critical, because as we age, our muscles become less responsive to those build signals. Studies from the University of Navarra in Spain show that older adults who eat diets rich in choline and leucine tend to maintain more lean muscle over time. If you want to give it a try, aim for 100 to 150 grams of beef liver once or twice a week, preferably at lunch or early dinner so it's easier to digest. And if the taste has kept you away in the past, here's a tip: soak it in milk or lemon juice for 15 to 20 minutes before cooking to soften the flavor. One of my favorite ways to prepare it? Pan-sear the liver with balsamic vinegar, red onions, and a sprinkle of dried rosemary. Or try it the Galician way, sauté it with thin apple slices for a subtle sweetness that balances the richness. Now, a quick word of caution: beef liver is very high in vitamin A, so don't go overboard. And if you have liver conditions, high cholesterol, or you're on certain medications, check with your doctor before making it a regular part of your diet. Next up, we're heading to the tropics with something you might not expect: jackfruit. This giant, spiky fruit has been a staple in Southeast Asia for centuries, but now it's finding its way into Western kitchens, especially in health-conscious cities like Madrid and Barcelona. When it's harvested young, jackfruit shreds into a texture that's surprisingly similar to pulled chicken or pork, making it a favorite plant-based alternative for people who want to cut back on meat. But jackfruit isn't just a clever meat substitute, it's packed with potassium, vitamin C, magnesium, and fiber, all of which help support muscle repair, blood circulation, and healthy blood pressure. It's also loaded with flavonoids and antioxidants that reduce inflammation, a hidden culprit in age-related muscle breakdown. A 2022 study from the Complutense University of Madrid found that older adults who ate young jackfruit regularly for 8 weeks had lower inflammation markers and higher antioxidant activity in their muscle cells, creating a better environment for muscle preservation. You can marinate young jackfruit in olive oil, soy sauce, cumin, smoked paprika, and pepper, then sauté it with onions, garlic, and bell peppers for a delicious taco or rice bowl filling. Or if you prefer sweet in the morning, blend ripe jackfruit into a smoothie with oat milk, fresh mint, chia seeds, and ice for a refreshing, fiber-rich breakfast. If you're watching your blood sugar, remember that ripe jackfruit is naturally high in simple sugars, so pair it with protein or healthy fats like yogurt or nuts to keep your energy stable. From the rainforest, we now head to the ocean for something tiny but mighty, spirulina. You might have seen it as a green powder in health stores and thought, what on earth do I do with that? Well, this blue-green algae is one of Earth's oldest life forms and one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Researchers at the Madrid Institute of Rehabilitative Medicine call it a smart microplant because it's packed with complete plant proteins, essential amino acids, and antioxidants that help preserve muscle tone and support your cells as you age. Spirulina is up to 60 to 70% protein by weight, making it one of the richest natural protein sources, yes, even more than many meats. And, like beef liver, it's rich in leucine, plus isoleucine, two amino acids that directly trigger muscle protein synthesis. That's a big deal after 50, when muscle loss tends to speed up. But spirulina's real star ingredient is phycocyanin, the pigment that gives it that deep blue-green color. Phycocyanin is a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory that protects muscle cells from oxidative stress caused by aging, inactivity, or illness. You know, there's a little green powerhouse that's been quietly making waves in the health world, and if you're over 60, it might just be one of the smartest additions you can make to your daily routine. I'm talking about spirulina. Now, don't let the fact that it's algae fool you. This is no slimy pond scum. Spirulina has been studied extensively for its incredible nutrient profile and its potential to keep your muscles strong and your energy levels up, even as the years roll by. In 2021, a well-regarded European clinical trial published in the journal Nutrients took a close look at spirulina's effects on muscle health in people over 60. For 12 weeks straight, participants took between 2 and 3 grams of spirulina a day. The results? They didn't just feel better, they measured better. Their skeletal muscle index, or SMI, went up. That's a key indicator of muscle quality and strength. They also reported less muscle fatigue, better endurance during light activities, and more energy throughout the day. No wonder many European wellness practitioners now recommend spirulina as part of a solid nutritional plan for what's called active aging. So, how do you get it? Spirulina usually comes in 2 forms, powder and tablets. Tablets are easy to pop and go, but powder? That's where you get flexibility. You can stir it into smoothies, juices, or even soups. If you're just starting out, here's a great way to ease in: mix 1 to 2 grams into a small glass of fresh orange juice. The citrus boosts nutrient absorption and helps tone down spirulina's earthy taste. Another tasty trick? Stir it into plain Greek yogurt, or mash it into avocado with lemon and garlic for a spread that's rich in flavor and nutrition. If you're new to spirulina, always start small, just a gram or so, and see how your body reacts before increasing. Now, here's where it really shines. If you enjoy light activities like walking, tai chi, or swimming, taking spirulina shortly afterward can help speed up muscle recovery, reduce soreness, and restore lost electrolytes. One refreshing recovery drink to try: blend spirulina with chilled pineapple chunks, a handful of spinach, and fresh mint leaves. The pineapple's sweetness balances the algae flavor, and the mint gives it a cool, clean finish. Fun fact, this very recipe was recently featured on Spain's national broadcaster RTVE as a top choice for post-illness recovery. But listen closely here, quality matters. Because algae can absorb heavy metals from the water it grows in, you want spirulina that's EU organic certified, grown in clean, controlled conditions, and tested by third-party labs for safety. Always check the label for origin, batch testing, and quality standards. Skip the cheap, mystery source stuff, it's not worth the risk. The bottom line? Spirulina isn't just a trendy health food. It's a time-tested superfood that can help you keep your strength, energy, and muscle vitality well into your golden years. And if green spirulina is like microscopic power in a glass, the next marine treasure we're exploring is from a whole different branch of the ocean family, red algae. This beautiful, reddish-purple sea vegetable is packed with calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals that could be a game-changer for stronger bones, healthier joints, and better muscle resilience after 60. Let's dive in. Number 4, red algae. When people talk about marine superfoods, they usually mention spirulina, chlorella, or maybe wakame. But red algae? It's the quiet cousin that rarely gets invited to the conversation. That's a shame, because for older adults looking to maintain both muscle strength and bone density, red algae might be one of the most underrated tools in the nutritional toolbox. For centuries, coastal communities in northern Spain, places like Galicia and Cantabria, have used red algae in broths, stews, and even as a natural soup thickener. But thanks to modern nutritional science, this humble sea plant is finally getting the spotlight it deserves. Here's why it's so impressive. First, its protein content is surprisingly high, between 20 and 30% by dry weight. That's as much, or more, than many legumes, nuts, and seeds. And for seniors who sometimes struggle to meet daily protein needs, that's a big plus. Second, it's loaded with minerals your body craves as you age, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and it's a natural source of iodine, which supports your metabolism and thyroid function. Together, these nutrients help keep your bones solid, your muscles working smoothly, and your balance steady. One long-term observational study from the University of Oviedo found that older adults who regularly ate red algae had higher bone mineral density, better balance, and slower muscle loss, especially women after menopause and men over 65. And here's the bonus, it's mild in flavor. If spirulina's taste is a little too pondy for you, red algae will be a welcome surprise. Just 2 to 4 grams a day, about 1 to 2 teaspoons, can deliver benefits, and it slips easily into your meals. You can stir it into soups, add it to stews, or sprinkle it over cooked grains and beans. A popular dish among health-focused chefs in San Sebastián combines finely chopped red algae with roasted garlic, fresh lemon juice, and high-quality extra virgin olive oil to make a sea-scented pesto. Spread it on whole grain bread, use it to top baked fish, or stir it into roasted vegetables. Here's a smart tip: when you pair red algae with vitamin C-rich foods, like tomatoes, bell peppers, or citrus, you boost your body's ability to absorb calcium and magnesium. So, tossing a spoonful into a tomato-based soup or red pepper stew? That's a nutrient win.